I mean, did you feel like you were in control? Was your, was the approach the same as what you had in the past game?
I think they jumped on us early. I mean, it wasn't from a lack of energy or focus on our behalf, but they really came out and executed well. I mean, it's hard to win games on the road, and they're a really good home team despite their record and the season they had up to this point. But the second half, towards the end of the first half and the second half, we kind of tried to take control of the game a little bit, and then they went on a really good run. And it was just important for us to be able to withstand that. They went on a 12-0 run, and we responded by scoring 4 straight. But I mean, in any road environment, it's going to be tough to win. I mean, now we're a top 5 team. People are going to be coming at us that much harder, and we have to have our best effort every night.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if that's what you're going to expect down the rest of this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, looking to the future, we have 3 road games left: Clemson, Wake Forest, and obviously Duke. But we're expecting people's best effort, not only on the road, but at home as well. I mean, people are really looking to get a signature win, especially coming down to the end of the regular season here, going into the tournament.
Julian, how do you talk about Shane Larkin and just, I mean, he kind of seems to top himself every game.
I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible to see him grow as much as he's grown from last year to this year. I spent a lot of time with him, both on and off the court, with him being my roommate on the road as well. And he never ceases to amaze me, honestly. Like, I was talking to him in the game, like wow, this is a really good player right here. Like, he just does amazing things on a nightly basis. I don't think anybody can guard him one-on-one. Staying in front of him, he's one of the fastest players I've ever seen since I've been in college.
And what about, just his ability to really produce in the clutch, like he did the other night? It was like, what, 15 of his 13 of 22 was the final whatever minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what he does. Like, he really focuses on getting other people involved. But at the same time, he knows that he can be aggressive at any point, and we want him to do that. And when the game really is on the line, we know that he's going to step up and make that big shot for us. So it's important for him to stay aggressive.
Julian, can you talk about just the rotation? You've been the starting there, but with Reggie there, I mean, just how's it all worked out since he's been back?
I mean, it's been working out great. It's a great feeling to know that we have 3 bigs that can all start at any point in the season. Unfortunately, we can only have 5 starters. But that helps us out a lot. The other night, Kenny wasn't having a great game, but I mean, that just goes to show our depth that when we have one guy that's not having a great night, we can still produce and we can still win games.
Have you given any thought at all to NCAA tournament seeding? Does that thought ever cross your mind in terms of what you guys would like to be? I know it's a ways off and you want to stay focused on the task at hand. But
like you said, just want to stay focused on the task at hand. I mean, we know it's something that's coming up soon, but we have the rest of this conference season to finish out, and we're looking for an ACC regular season championship and then an ACC tournament championship before we even think about the NCAA tournament. I mean, obviously, I just think the season is just going to take care of itself. As long as we continue to win and continue to play well, then it'll all work out.
Obviously, with 3 road games left, including at Duke, which is going to be tough, have you even allowed yourself to talk about or to think about the goal of an unbeaten ACC season? Has that even crossed your mind, or is it still too soon at 11-0?
I think you can think about it a little bit, but at the same time, you want to stay focused on the present. Because when you really start looking into the future and trying to look past some of these teams that may not have the same type of appeal that road game towards the end of the season will have with Duke, is when you can kind of fall into that trap. And us having the scenes we have and Coach L being the leader he is not going to allow that to happen.
I think, I'm not sure if this is right, but I think Miami's lost 6 consecutive games in Clemson. Have you beaten them while you've been?
I haven't beat Clemson on the road. I've beaten them since I've been here, but a lot of these teams that we've gone on the road and beat them, I haven't beaten them my entire career here, including Florida State. My last time Miami won there was my senior in high school, which was 2006. So you can imagine that's a long time ago, and being able to bounce back and get that win. But it's another important game for us. I mean, although we're making history right now, there's still more history to be made in going on these road games and getting wins in places we've never won before.
What's the overall mindset of the team, if you could comment on that? Is the ultimate goal, and obviously for every team the ultimate goal is Final Four. But is that something that you think about, or is that just something that you put in the back of your mind and say, let's just win the game and, the next game?
I mean, I think it's something that you think about, but at the same time, our ultimate goal is to win our next game. I mean, our next game is our most important game on our schedule, and if we don't take care of that, we can't take care of the future, because it just won't mean as much as it does right now. Like, we're unbeaten right now, and I know people are going to be really looking forward to making us get this first loss. But like I said before, we just have to go out on these road games and on the home games and just find something to improve on every single day. We're not a perfect team, and we know we have things to improve on, and we plan on doing that.
This is going back again. The coach mentioned the other day, said something about looking at the record, what you've done in the past. He said something. People look, when you lost to Florida Gulf Coast and the Warriors, well, same old Miami, but she took from the standpoint of learning lessons. What lesson do you think was learned from that loss?
Thinking all the way back to when we played St. Leo's in the exhibition, I think it's just a case of not taking the opportunity for granted and knowing that we have talent, but talent is not going to win you all of these games. You have to have execution. You have to be disciplined. You have to execute your game plan. And thinking back to the Florida Gulf Coast game as well, you have to have energy every single night. And now being in the position that we're in, kind of similar, but not with the ranking, they were really coming for us. That was a big time for their school and in their school's history. And now that we get that every single night, I think we really learn from that, and we just take that with us every single day, whether it be into practice or into games.
As players, are you surprised at this, or did you just always know that this could be accomplished?
I don't think we were surprised at this. We knew that it was possible, and we knew that because of the amount of work we put in. I mean, we stayed here the entire summer, the entire team, and just worked tirelessly day in and day out, taking very minimal days off to be the best possible team we could be as individuals and as a team. And we knew that improving individually would make us stronger as a team, and building that chemistry and having the great coaching staff we had. They've been here in this type of position before, going into March and having a great team. So with Coach Ed's leadership, I don't think we can go wrong.
How do you think other teams in your conference look at you and view you like?
I think towards the beginning they were just saying, well, this is Miami, like they won a couple of games, but they'll eventually fall off. But right now, I think that they know that we're legitimate contenders and that we're a very good team, and they know that it's going to be a challenge to have an opportunity to beat us, and that we're going to come out and play our best absolute basketball every night and play hardest and play to the best of our ability.
Is it fun for you to watch, shows like SportsCenter where you all are being talked about in the first segment, which would have seemed unfathomable a year or two ago?
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot more often than it used to. I mean, every time you kind of turn on something, you see something about Miami, should they be ranked #1. But while it's cool to kind of get that attention in the nation to kind of see that exposure, at the same time, we don't want to let that go to our heads. We don't want to become an arrogant team. We want to be a highly confident team. But we also want to be a team that's humble as well and not disrespect any of these teams by not giving them our absolute best effort.
Do you think that UM basketball is looking to ultimately achieve the status of the football and baseball team where people throughout the country start to fear UM basketball?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you think about all these programs that have great history, their history had to start somewhere, and I think this is where Miami's history can start now. And in the years coming, Coach Ed will continue to get really good recruits, and we'll continue to play really good basketball under his leadership, and I think we'll really be a team that in the near future, people will know that Miami is for real.
Julian, Florida State, it was the third time you guys have been down over 10 points on the road. I mean, what is it about you guys that allows you to either come back, or what's kind of the secret for you guys?
Being poised, just kind of staying together, not letting things dissect us when we know a little bit of the adversity of the game is going to come. Whether you're going to be up by 20 or down by 20, you're going to have adversity throughout the game. Basketball is a game of runs, and we have to withstand teams' punches. And I think that just goes to show to our mental toughness and our senior leadership and our coaching staff. I mean, they really calmed us down and say, hey, let's just go out and execute the game plan. We have to get defensive stops because our defense is what's brought us this far. So, I mean, I think that's something that we focus on every single day in practice and going up to this next game on Sunday.